Hi everyone, Justin here. In this video I'm going to be talking about Decrypto, a word deduction game for 3 to 8 players designed by Thomas Dagenais-Lespérance. In Decrypto, players are split into 2 teams, black and white. Each team wins by successfully deciphering 2 codes from the opposing team. Each team loses if they fail to decipher 2 of their own codes. For each team, 4 word cards are drawn and placed into screens. Players from each side are only allowed to see their team's words. One player from the white team is designated the encryptor. It is that player's job to transmit a secret code to his fellow teammates. The encryptor will draw a code card that has 3 digits on it numbered 1 through 4. These digits correspond with the spaces the words are in on the screen. The encryptor will then give out 3 clues so that all teams can hear and write them down. The clues have to be related to the words corresponding to the spaces that they are in. For instance, if the code is 234 and my words are white, window, and glue, I might say color, glass, stick as my clues. The team will then try to guess what numbers are on the encryptor's card based on the clues they provided and the words they can see. The encryptor then shows the card to both teams so they can write down the clues and the code. If the encryptor's team is correct, nothing happens. But if they're wrong, they get a miscommunication token, and 2 miscommunication tokens lose the game. Each team is expected to get their own encryptor's code. The black team will then take their turn following the same rules. On round 2, however, things start to get interesting because the opposite team will try to guess the code as well. A new encryptor will be chosen for the white team, and a new code card will be drawn. After the clues are given, both teams write down what they think the code is. The opposing team doesn't have to figure out what the original word is, just the number associated with that word. This is kind of confusing, but it basically means the clues given out must be related to the original word in some capacity so that your team gets it, but the opposing team doesn't piece together 2 clues being from the same word. As an example, if the original word was TV, the opposing team doesn't have to guess TV, but if the clues are the Flintstones and the Jetsons, they might put together that those 2 clues are related. They don't need to guess that the original word is TV, they might think it's cartoons, but it doesn't matter because they know that those 2 clues are related. If the opposing team gets the clue wrong, nothing happens, but if they get it right, they get an interception token, and 2 interception tokens win the game. High points. Decrypto is thinky, but not overly so. I don't want to compare to other games, but being the encryptor in this game is not nearly as difficult as it is being the clue giver in other similar games. Trying to figure out what clues to give is a fun experience, and it's all about being clever in what you say. Low points. I find this game to be very difficult to teach. I'm usually the teacher of games in my groups, and even though I understood this game, I still found it really hard to convey to the other players. Final thoughts. I have a great time playing Decrypto, and I think it is a fantastic party game. Once I got over the teaching hurdle and people understood how to play the game, everyone seemed to get really interested in figuring out the clues. The longer the game goes on, the harder it can be to give clues that are different from the previous clues and aren't similar enough to the previous clues so the other team can get them. It's fun and it's challenging. As the encryptor, even if you can't think of something super clever to say, there's always something to say. In one game I played, we had the word guillotine. I was the first encryptor and my clue was France. A person on my team got it immediately, which was great. On the second turn, someone else was the encryptor, and they gave the clue head, which I thought was perfect because it was really hard to associate France and head together unless you knew the word was guillotine. But someone on the other team immediately pieced together France and head and guessed the word was guillotine, and unfortunately for our team, they were right. The other team ultimately ended up winning that game, but we still had tons of fun playing. That was my review of Decrypto. Thanks for watching, see you next time.